He should have told Moses, why don't you just listen to my orders and trust me? Just do what I tell you. That's not what he says. He actually agreed with his claim. And he told him something very interesting. He told him, I'm coming to you from the clouds around the mountain, and I will speak to you, and after they hear my voice speaking to you, they will believe in you for eternity. And that's exactly what happened. From here, just from here alone, it's clear 100% that every other religion and cult that started after with the story of one individual could never be real. Never ever. Why? God is not interested to give a new religion or a new prophecy to someone whispering in his ears or in a closed room. The opposite. God told Moses, you're right about your claim. I will speak to you in front of everyone because I'm interested that they will follow my laws and my orders for their own benefit. Why will I hide with you somewhere and whisper it to your ear that they all will have 50% doubt forever if it really happened or not? So we see that God's idea was to give his truth to the people publicly, not like Mary came in a dream and nobody can ever prove it, or like Muhammad came from the desert and claimed he got it from the angel Gabriel with no witnesses whatsoever, or Buddha came 2,400 years ago and claimed he saw the light. Nobody ever witnessed that event, and so forth and so on. As I move on, I move to the next proof. You know, when we review the Torah, the obligations to the nation of Israel is different than what people think. When you ask a person, do you believe in God? Some say yes, some say no, some say I'm not sure, some say 90%, some people say I have some doubts. There's all kinds of opinions. The Torah never obligated the Jews to believe in God. The opposite. In science, believing means not knowing. When a person says, I believe in something 70%, he actually said, I do not believe in that something 30%. If you say, I believe 99%, that means you still have 1% doubt. But the Torah did not say to believe in God. The Torah said to know that God exists. To know that He gave the Torah. To know that He's the boss of everything. To know that everything that happens in this creation needs His approval. Nothing can happen without His decision if it should happen or not. Nothing whatsoever. All these obligations appear in the Torah in the language you should know, not you should believe. I can give some examples. In Exodus 6, you should know I'm your God. And in Exodus 17, you should know I'm your God. And in Exodus 31, you should know it's a sign between me and you for generations to know that I am your God, not to believe, to know. And Deuteronomy 4, it says, your eyes saw to know that God is the master. Deuteronomy 4, it says, you should know today and return it into your heart that God is the only one, there was no other before Him, and there will never be another one after Him. So obviously we see the entire obligation is speaking about knowledge. We can see also from the kings and from the prophets, the prophet Ezekiel, he says, you should know I'm your God. And Jeremiah say, I gave them a heart to know me, that I am their God. Joshua chapter 4, that all the nations should know the hand of God, should know, not believe. And many other examples. There's only one time in the entire Bible that God is using the word belief. Very interesting. This is in Isaiah 43, verse 10. It says, you should know and believe me and understand that I am your God, there was no other God before me, and there will never be another. So what's the right order? First, you should know. 100% knowledge, not belief. And then believe that everything I promise eventually is going to happen. And then you will understand one day, not necessarily immediately, it will take maybe time, but this is the right order. Knowledge, belief, and understanding. So, Now we have a big question. If God ordered me and everyone here in this creation to know Him, to know He's the boss, to know He gave us the Torah and all this, I cannot prove His existence with my five senses. I cannot see Him, I cannot smell Him, I cannot taste Him, I cannot touch Him, and I cannot hear Him. So my five senses, I was created with five senses. I operate every day with those five senses. They help me to function. And yet we see that with these five senses, there's no way for me to prove that God exists. So what's going on here? The answer is, there are many, many things in our life that we trust 100%, even though it cannot be proven with the five senses. For instance, radio waves. Almost everything from our life is affected by radio waves. You get on a plane, you land in the other side of the world, the plane finds its destination through radio waves, radar, radio waves. Can you prove with the five senses they exist? I'm not talking the new technology that they made today. All the generation, could you prove radio waves exist? No, but everybody understands they do. Why? Somebody in Los Angeles speak, and a minute later, everybody in New York. A second later, everyone in New York is watching him live. How did it get from LA to the box here in your living room? Through the air. What is it? We don't know. But we know for sure there's something that transmits broadcasting from one place to the other. Or intelligence. Can you prove with the five senses if intelligence exists? One Jewish kid in Russia in the communist days, the teacher over there say, we don't believe in religion, we are communist. Whatever cannot be proven with the five senses does not exist. So this little Jewish boy got up and said, in that case, you don't have any intelligence. And she said, why are you having the nerve to talk to your teacher like this? And he said, I'm very sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. Based on what you just said, can we prove with the five senses where is your intelligence? Show it to me. If a person is dead, and they open up his brain, will they be able to point right here, that's where he was collecting all his information and all his intelligence? Of course not. It's something spiritual. We cannot point in the body where is the intelligence. Does that mean it doesn't exist? Of course not. And many other examples. How do we, after all, know 100% that God exists and He gave us the Torah? So we go back to what we started. First, the brilliance of the creation leaves no doubt that it had to be a creator. The more sophisticated is the creator, is the creation, it indicates about the brilliance of the creator. Did you ever find something in life that was created by someone without a purpose? A table has a purpose, a laptop computer has a purpose, a camera has a purpose, a light has a purpose, everything has a purpose. We will never find one thing in life that doesn't have a purpose. Nobody ever made something for no purpose. First, the Creator think about what He wants, what He needs, and based on that, He decides how to create what He needs. Based on that, based on the requirements. There's an order in a creation. So, the most sophisticated things in nature is the human being. We are the most advanced machine in all life. We control all the animals. We use them for our benefits, trees, everything that we have. It was all created for us. Is it possible to think that God created us for no purpose, just put us here just to live like animals? In that case, why He didn't make us animals? What was the purpose of our creation? And the answer is, when we review the Torah, we get the answers to all these questions. So we know the creation is very sophisticated. It indicates about the brilliance of the Creator. We understand that we were created for a purpose, but we don't know yet what's the purpose. We don't know yet. We will know soon. Not as of yet. And we continue to review. We have ways of investigations that we can analyze things through our head. For instance, Judaism said that there are three different categories of thinking, of knowledge. One called Chokhmah, intelligence. One called Bina, which means wisdom. And one called Da'at. Da'at means the ability to translate what you learn and what you gain with knowledge and actually translated to actions, which means to control your desires and choose the right things that needs to be done, to eliminate, sometimes it needs to be eliminate your feelings, and to think rationally what needs to be done at this given moment. There are three different things. Intelligence is very easy. You hear the story and you understand. Go 10 blocks, make a right, 3 blocks, make a left, and so forth and so on. Wisdom is the ability. That means, Bina means the ability to get things out of the story that were not told to you clearly. Which means they say 2 times x equals 6. We know that x is 3. How do we know? We have a way to investigate. Nobody ever told us that. They say on the radio that somebody killed somebody and the police found mud on the rug. So we know it was a rainy day. Nobody said it on the news. We are able to find the missing details in a story. That's called Bina, the ability to know one thing from the other. That is the most important thing. Which means the Torah says, if you have it, if you reach that level, you are the most perfect human being on earth. If you don't have it, you have nothing. What do you mean? I have buildings, I have real estate, I have cars, I have jewelry. It counts nothing. Why you don't have da'at means the ability to control your desires and not being an animal, being a human being with a free choice and express it to the right direction. You don't have it, you have nothing, the Torah says. Torah says, but if you have it, you don't have maybe a house, you don't have a car, maybe you don't have money, you hardly have clothes to wear, but you have that, you are fulfilling your purpose in life, which further we're going to discuss this even.